legends, I hope you're all glorious. On today's video, I want to take a very quick look at the open source neural amp modeler developed by Stephen Atkinson. My buddy Roman Asafis turned me on to this one, and they kind of tricked me in the process as well. They said, hey, can you please reamp this kind of 4-minute DI signal through your favorite amp with a load box and just send it to me. I want to show you something. So I ran it through my Boogie Mark IV with my Fractal X load. I sent it over, and then the next day they sent me a little kind of Dropbox link with a few files, and they said, hey, take this file, install this plugin, and load the file into the plugin, and let me know what you think about it. So I've done that. I've got the little kind of capture file over here. I've got my free LTTV Mix 7 IR, and I've got the Neural Amp Modeler plugin. Let's just hear it first, then we'll talk about it. Now that sounds and feels pretty good. What I find really interesting about this plugin and the whole approach, well, there's actually quite a few points that I find very interesting about it. The first is that it's open source, so you don't have to spend any money on this to go and get these tones. The second is there is a very active and well-moderated Facebook group where people are capturing their rigs and uploading the files for free for the little community to try out, which I really, really like that approach, where it's exciting technology and kind of a good community around it, which is a rare thing to find on the internet. Another thing, I checked out a video recently by Pip Priss, which I will link in the video description. They took this neural amp modeler and IK's new Tone X, and they captured the same amp and then did a null test between the amp and the two different captures. They found this was actually a little bit closer, which I find super interesting. Whether you would hear it in a mix or not, that's a totally different question. I've got Tone X at the moment. I do have a video coming with it, and I think it sounds fantastic. The Tone X plugin provides instructions step by step on how to create the captures, whereas on here you are limited to the kind of GitHub open source documents. You got to figure it out for yourself. I think a lot of people are going to be okay with that. I think a lot of people are also going to prefer the kind of all-in-one integrated nature of something like Tone X. Furthermore, you can use Tone X just as a plugin to train your neural network. On this, I actually think it's an advantage where you can use the Google Cloud servers to create a capture as well. Having said that, I've been seeing lots of clickbait videos about this particular plugin. Normally you have a screenshot of the plugin with $0 next to it, and then, you know, a Kemper or a Quad Cortex on the other side with, you know, big money signs on it. This isn't hardware. You still need good hardware for this to work well, like a good DI or a good interface. The other thing as well is, you know, there's no way to incorporate kind of drive pedals into this or have fun with skeuomorphic cab IRs and things like that. If that's stuff that you enjoy, there's no built-in effects aside from the gate otherwise. So it's pretty Spartan. It's designed to just kind of complement other things in your rig, but I think it's pretty awesome. It's pretty exciting. I'm really keen to see what people do with this technology, whether this sort of stuff makes it into its own hardware unit, whether people start building their own hardware units to run these in, you know, like something with a little Raspberry Pi in it just to run their favorite captures. I'd love to know how anybody out there would think about using this as a kind of live performance tool rather than a recording tool. I'll play you a few other captures anyway, because I've been rambling on in this particular video anyway. I've got a Silver Jubilee capture that I downloaded from the Facebook group, and I'll play around with the overall input gain on here. Let's just hear it around 0. me know your thoughts on this plugin in the comments section below. If you've already got it and you've been capturing your amps, feel free to share them or point us to places where we can go and grab them and enjoy them as fans of quality, high gain entertainment. If you're somebody who's not familiar with this and you go out and try it, I would also love to know your thoughts on it. And also let me know, do you see this kind of capture stuff as something that's potentially game changing and it's going to be in every single device? Or are you someone maybe a little bit more like me where I really like the tones that I can capture of my existing rigs, but I also don't love scrolling through individual captures and kind of miss the flexibility of something like the Fractal or Line 6 approach to component modeling, where if you want to kind of dive beneath the surface and play around with stuff like negative feedback controls and tone stack locations, you can do that, where at the moment you can't really do that with these capture devices. But at the end of the day, if it sounds good, it is good. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.